WIDR Kalamazoo. You're listening to the Pop Effect Podcast. Your hosts are
Paige,
Emma,
and Olivia.
Okay.
Hello again.
That was my bad. I'm sorry. No,
y'all.
it's not your bad. I literally, I can't even see anything up here. Okay.
I know.
Anyways.
We were just curious because, the end of the year, we didn't know if things were, shut down.
Oh, my God. Okay. So, Olivia's going to take us through our topics for today.
Yes.
Fun. All right. So, if you didn't know, you're about to. Millie Bobby Brown is engaged. We'll get into that in literally 0.2 seconds. Next, we have a little fun question of if Ryan Gosling is too old to play Ken in the new Barbie movie, which we have opinions on. After the break, we will be talking about Ariana Grande's response to people commenting on her body. Lastly, Taylor and Joe break up, or are they? We don't quite know anymore.
Nothing's confirmed.
Nothing is confirmed.
Nothing's officially.
But we're saving that for last because obviously that is the biggest topic of the week because it is literally the music industry and a white man. So we're going to get into Millie Bobby Brown being engaged.
Okay,
Whoa.
so her boyfriend of 2 years proposed to her, which is Jake Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
I read something about talking about his lineage and the amount of it was just so funny to read it because the names are so confusing. Because it's John Bon Jovi, it's the whole thing.
So Millie is 19 and Jake is 20, and people have been commenting about their age and how they may be too young to get married. So I wanted to ask, you're a 20-year-old now.
I was
yesterday.
I can offer a unique perspective because I am 20 years and 1 day old.
But we're 19. We are. So
I personally,
hate saying that.
I do not think that the age for marriage really matters. Yes, obviously marrying young, it's the idea of you can't really expand or try new things in life. Let's put it that way. But I think people forget to realize that Millie Bobby Brown got famous when she was 11.
Yeah, that girl's
That is maturity at its finest, especially the fact how just media has literally destroyed her as a person. And if she can find someone that's truly willing to be there for her when sometimes the internet just decides to hate her, I say go for it. Literally, who cares?
Plus, let's be honest, it's not like she's now engaged to a nobody. That guy does not need her money. He is set for life already.
Nepo baby. I mean,
Well, I don't even know what he does. What does he do? Is he an artist? Singer?
He is the son of John. I don't know.
He is literally he's just Millie Bobby Brown's fiance.
Okay, because I was gonna say Lily.
She's Barbie. He's Ken.
No, this is the definition of she's Barbie.
He's just Ken.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
So I think that is a unique thing about it because if it was the whole situation of where it's I don't even know who to compare it to. Maybe Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, where it's a prince and then a C-list actress.
Yeah.
She wasn't really that famous before she started dating Harry. She was on TV, but she wasn't she wasn't Jennifer Aniston. She wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good comparison. So they do balance each other out. It's not the whole I need fame, I need to be famous, I need money, so I'm gonna get engaged to this person. However, I do think that it's a good thing to think about. Your brain's not even fully developed until you're 25, and it's your personality is just they're gonna be completely different people in 10 years. So I do think that that's a good thing to think about. So they have to
But you can grow with people.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to be open to the idea that the person that you're getting engaged to right now is not going to be the exact same person. You have to be willing to change with them.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing is people complaining about the age. Honestly, if it doesn't work, they'll just get divorced.
Literally.
Who cares? Also, it's literally just people projecting their insecurity of not being in a relationship on her.
Also, just because they're getting engaged now doesn't mean they're going to get married in 6 months. They could be engaged for 3 years and get married when
I plan on being engaged for
and
at least a year and a half.
Yeah.
So
we don't know their plan. So I don't get
me saying that and still
honestly
single.
I feel like a lot of the hate I wouldn't say it's like hate, but criticism is coming from people who are like older than us.
I was gonna say the younger kids.
No, I've seen it. Well,
no.
just what I've seen. You
because
might have
I
seen
was like on
differently.
TikTok viewing it, not really like.
I've only seen 19-year-olds and up rag on it, which is the same thing of who cares? Just because you've never been in a relationship before, okay, don't project it onto Millie.
Yeah.
She's doing her own
Also,
thing.
like maybe this is them getting engaged is the whole thing of like, okay, let's see if we could really work. Let's live together. Let's act like we're married. Let's maybe see if we could handle our finances together. Let's maybe it's just the next step for them to say, okay, let's have the conversations of like, are we having kids? What's our retirement plan? What are we doing for career? What happens if someone gets sick? Like all of these things that you have to think about. Maybe this is just them taking the next step of saying, okay, we're actually willing and ready to have those conversations. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're like, oh, we want to get... There's people who are engaged for like however many years and they're like okay with it.
Yeah.
They don't have to get married.
Yeah.
They can also easily just like get a prenup and the divorce will be easy over in a month.
Literally.
It's not the end of the world.
Also, I think like what you mentioned earlier, Olivia, was when you're like a celebrity in Hollywood, especially as a child, you mature way faster
Literally.
than other. Like she's more mature than us because she
is our age, to be fair.
Yeah, but she
probably acts 25.
Oh, yeah,
We're still acting like teen girls.
because of like the industry that she's in.
Yeah,
like she
she's
has to
definitely-
grow up like that.
Yeah, those like all those kids, especially Lucas, I've noticed are like they act like straight up adults. I think it's because Lucas is like a few years older than them.
Yeah.
But they literally all just are acting like mature adults. I think one of them was literally talking about like investing at like 17 or 18. And I was
That's
just like,
Lucas.
what?
Which he is going to be so successful. He already is, but he is so strategic about his life plan.
No, he is
You
going to
can
be
tell he has a
Ashton
business
Kutcher.
mindset.
He's going to be another Ashton Kutcher because Ashton Kutcher did so many right things when it came to his finances.
Yeah.
And he could have literally throw it all the way on like a random house. No, that man is one of like the richest actors in the world because of it.
Yeah. I can tell that he has a really good business mindset, and I really respect that.
I think also his parents helped him with that, which obviously is nice to see with all of the Stranger Things kids because it is very clear that all of their parents were still very prevalent. And I think also like the Duffer Brothers, everyone around them also contributed to it.
Yeah.
Which,
It was not that toxic of an environment compared, or at least that we know of.
speaking of the cast, let's just say Jake should be thankful that Noah came out because the amount of people that would have been literally sending death threats to Jake being like million Noah, they deserve to be together. Oh my god, if they don't, I'll die. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Thankful.
Yeah.
Should literally be thankful.
Honestly, though, the thing is, though, I always
joking.
I never got the vibes. Like, I didn't really pick up on him, like, because I like to think I have a decent gaydar, but I didn't really pick up on him, like, being... Like, I didn't think of that at all. I just literally only got friendship vibes. I never got, like, the sense of, like...
See, yes, obviously,
being loving each
because
other.
you have a brain as well that understands that clearly they're only friends,
Yeah.
but, like, the 12-year-olds that are like, oh my god, oh my
I
god.
think about that.
younger.
Yeah.
So,
Because, like,
thank God.
I'm definitely the kind of person to be like, are they... Like, Tom and Zendaya, like... Literally, the second that the first movie came out, I was the kind of person who was like, I wasn't really talking about it online because I always hate, like, straight up just talking about it online because then I feel like I'm like invading people's privacy.
Yeah.
But I talk about it so much in the privacy of my own home. I was like, oh my god, they're in love. I love it. But even them, like I never got like you could tell that it was like sibling vibes. Like I've had friendships like that with people who did not identify as a woman, and it was like it was never romantic.
Yeah.
It never was gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes I feel like there's a huge problem with shipping co-stars.
yeah,
It's
'cause
really
they just-
invasive.
Also, how many shipped co-stars can you think of that had a happily ever after? For every
No.
50 that get together, maybe one couple stays together for more than 5 years.
Yeah.
Even then, they probably end up getting divorced.
I don't think I've actually ever seen it happen other than
Ashton and Mila.
not even, because they weren't even together when the hype of like their relationship. The only thing I think of is Sarah and Freddie, and that's it.
Oh my God.
That's
I love that.
literally the only ones I can think of.
That got together.
You'll come up with like 1,000 people list,
That got married.
which I just
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively met on set.
Didn't Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman?
Oh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about. We don't.
We talk about
that.
Nicole Kidman. We don't talk about Tom
We're
Cruise.
not talking about that. Awful
That's
man.
That's an example of it
Yes.
going bad.
but
Miley and Liam. But
That's another
not-
example. of it going bad.
we're done with this example because there's
proving our
literally too
point.
many. But I think what's also really cute for the Swifties out there is that she announced it with a Taylor Swift lyric, which was really funny just because of like all of, wasn't it Lover 2?
Yeah, it literally was a lover.
I loved you for 3 summers now, honey, but I want them all. And I was like, are you joking?
like literally the day after.
Or
the
like
breakup.
literally read the room.
I've loved you 3 summers now, honey, but I want them all. I'm like, girl, you are saying that, you are cursing it. Take it back. Change the
the
caption. There's still time.
No,
Sorry, I'm,
I
like,
love it. I
screaming
think
into
it's
the
funny.
mic.
I thought it was so funny.
So
Swifties
funny.
were gonna actually be so triggered by that.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, you better work, Millie.
I think literally in retrospect, it's such a nice sentiment, but just the fact that later when we talk about Joe and Tay, it's just like, oh, ooh.
Also, it is such a Gen Z thing to, instead of writing like a lovey-dovey caption being like, yesterday was the best day of my life, like the love of my life asked me, like asked me to commit to him for the rest of our lives, and I can't wait to go on this journey together. Like that's what older Gen Z and millennials, like older Gen Z, like cusp, usually write. It is so Gen Z to announce your engagement with a Taylor Swift lyric.
yeah.
Like
Literally.
I'm not even gonna lie. Already that's 100% what I'm doing.
Oh, same.
Either that or like maybe
Same.
Casey Musgraves if it's from Golden Hour.
I'm going to post a picture of my man and say he's really lucky.
Wait, I can so see you doing
And
that.
that's how
I'm
it's going to
gonna
be
say-
presented.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
Everyone's gonna be like, we really did it. Oh my god.
Pretty much. And I will never like post my partner ever. It'll be the
Ever
first
again.
time
The
I'm
only
gonna be
time.
I will
on
only
my
be doing soft
Instagram.
launches where it's like you can see like his shoulder, like his shoe on the other side, and it's like that could be a stranger just standing next to me. You could never know.
That's the one time they'll know.
I actually do. Actually, I take that back. I do feel like I definitely would be like the kind of person to post in a relationship.
Emma, are you kidding me? Yeah, you are.
You are currently.
Who?
Oh, no.
We're not talking about that on the air. Do you want to? Do you want to talk about WIDR so that we can move into Ryan Gosling?
Okay, yeah.
Please don't say anything else.
You are listening to 89.1 WIDR FM, online at widrfm.org.
I'm so excited for this topic. Not gonna lie, this is my favorite topic today.
And I actually have a controversial opinion on this.
Uh-oh.
I don't think he's too old.
Oh.
Oh, all of us agree.
Because he's literally
I thought it was going to be so bad.
I was
He
about-
should not have been in
You
this
would have
role.
heard like wrestling, just like us on the floor fighting with
I
Emma.
was just like,
Like, you don't get it.
Olivia just like lunges over the table.
Oh, you would hear it.
And you would just hear.
no, literally.
Sorry, guys, that would actually happen, and I can confirm it because I am Olivia Ambalonia.
Okay, so
Dang, you just announced your full name.
wait, was this
Government.
This was it last week that the cast got released, or was it 2 weeks ago?
No, it was
Well,
the
we knew
trailer.
cast. We knew
Well, the
we've known
cast
the
in the
cast for
trailer.
forever.
The
No, but
cast.
the full cast.
Yeah, the cast
gonna
came out
check.
last year because I saw the paparazzi pics, but then the trailer came out and the way that Ryan looked in it started the conversation again.
I'm like, oh, he
Okay.
looks elderly.
So
Not
we
actually,
we
but-
obviously already knew that Ryan Gosling was playing
Yes.
Ken, but like Olivia said, we got the trailer, and some people were mad about the way he looked.
I have so much to say on this, and I think it's such a funny double standard when people will be like, okay, don't do that to women, but you're doing that to another man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just don't do it to anybody, period. Stop, like, trying to genderify it. Just stop. Just stop making, like, oh, you're too old, you can't do this. Like, just let them do it. And also, for anyone who, like, doesn't know about Ryan Gosling's, like, career, he was literally on the Disney Channel Clubhouse, whatever it was. He's been in, like, the dancing moments. Like, there's a video of him dancing in the purple suit. Like, he is so Ken-coded.
No, people call him, like, a himbo.
Literally.
It's, like, real. Like, you need a himbo to play
love
Ken.
a himbo.
I literally have a quote of Ryan Gosling saying that women are better than men on my wall. Like, he just gets it.
He gets it.
The only other person who I think would be able to I don't think that this person should have this character, but because they have some controversial opinions. However, acting wise, do you know the guy who played Jason from The Good Place? I think he's like the himbo.
I literally
I don't
can't.
think,
Yeah.
His
I don't think he would
character in The
agree
Good
to
Place
do,
was literally himbo.
I don't think he would agree to do it though, because he's like outwardly been like homophobic. But yeah,
Jason.
I didn't know this until
Jason Voorhees.
I literally just watched a whole show like this year.
I love The Good Place.
Love it.
Awkward.
The first time that twist, if you haven't watched it, it's literally one of the most brilliant but like wholesome shows that you will ever see in your life. Anyway, so
oh, sorry.
I never got to say my opinion. I realized I went off on a tangent. Sorry, my bad.
Oh no, say it.
So I think that the reason that it's good is because when did the original Barbie come out? Like, they're supposed to be the classic, like, original Ken and Barbie.
Like the dolls.
They're old. They're like, the dolls are like, since the first one came out or whatever, it's like, it's at least been how old Ryan is. So to me, I'm like, yes, all of like the ones are like fresh and fun and sweet and young, but then like it does kind of make sense to have like a man in his 40s play the classic Ken.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I get it.
Margot just is timeless and will never age because she's looked the same for 20 years.
True.
You know, I think a lot of like the look of it comes down to his hair color. I don't know why it's
And the
so
spray tan.
platinum blonde
And the spray tan.
in the movie.
Because that's what it is, though.
Ken's hair is not platinum blonde.
Not platinum blonde.
The
Look,
original
like,
one.
look at Barbie Life in the Dream House. He's sandy. Yeah, he's sandy blonde.
It's literally Ryan's natural hair color.
Yes.
So that's like the only thing that kind of makes me like about it. But like him as a person playing Ken,
I literally
stand
love
behind
it.
I think
1961 was the year.
I think the only other person who could have done it is James Marsden. Because every single role he's ever been in has been like a
true.
himbo.
Holy crap.
I just wish he would have been like a
the
side
original Ken
character.
was
though.
actually pale.
See, okay, I have two comments about this. One, Ryan made I don't know what show he was on. I think he might have been on Jimmy Fallon, King. Don't quote me though. But he was like, I love how everyone all of a sudden cared about what Ken looked like when it's about Barbie. Facts.
The whole thing is, she's everything. He's just Ken.
There's no way they can hear you because you're nowhere near the mic.
I'm so sorry. I was like backing up so I could take a drink of my vitamin water. But the whole point is that she's everything. He's just Ken. So that makes sense.
Yes. And also, all of the actors who are in the movie are in like their end of 20s, mid 30s, approaching 40. So in reality, it's not like it's just a bunch of 20-year-olds and then just like 40-year-old Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, they all look old.
They expect them to like look a certain way because half of the celebrities in Hollywood have like Botox and stuff, so they don't look their age. He actually looks his age. And to be fair, he looks great for his age.
I'm a Ryan Gosling stan.
18-year-olds that are still like thirsting over a 40-year-old man.
Guilty here.
Like
I'm literally a Ryan Gosling stan. Like,
there's so many like men who are in their 40s that like we just wouldn't be into, but the fact that like it's Ryan Gosling and he's just beautiful.
Is like so many men in their 40s. Don't even.
I mean, like,
I'm like, ooh,
the average like.
But you haven't seen
oh, man.
we just have different age ranges, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But oh god, I think it's just so irritating because it's just such a double standard.
Oh yeah.
It really is. Like, I guess the only thing I could think about what is really making people mad would be the makeup. because the makeup in the movie is looking a little questionable, but I don't care because literally it's Greta Gerwig.
Oh my god, the shot of like her stepping out of her shoes and her feet being the exact. I posted 5 times on my story about that exact shot.
I was starstruck.
Story. I was like, I literally sat there and I just I was like, that is the most genius thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
And there's just so many details like already in the trailer, like the one where she's like sitting at like the vanity and the brush in front of her is huge and it's like a plastic brush.
I know.
That's so genius.
Oh my god, and then like the color saturation, like Olivia pointed out the other day, like the rollerblades. It's just like, and the fact that they made them look like the plasticky kind that used to like, a lot of kids used to like literally like swallow when they were like 3 years old.
Also, really
looked delicious when we were kids. I don't know what to say.
Really random, and not me nitpicking because I literally love anything that Greta Gerwig puts out.
What Gerwig?
But well, I'm on last name basis with her. What Gerwig puts out, but the way that I don't know if it's just. I think it has to be editing unless Ryan Gosling is that perfect. But him taking out the rollerblades even looked animated.
I know.
And he's like, a real person. Like, it's just the attention to detail. And because I mean, obviously you have Margot Robbie. Like, she was born to play Bart. I would have genuinely been upset if anybody would have said no, anybody but Margot Robbie.
Wasn't it supposed to be Amy Schumer?
Yeah. That got knocked out real quick. Thank God. Capital D at the end of God.
That sounds like something that like the studio pitched as like like maybe she's not like the main Barbie. Maybe she's like funny Barbie.
No.
And then like Greta was just like, no. Never. No. Like, I will drop out if that's the case.
One thing about Greta, she's going to put the baddest in her movies.
And it's like, it's not even anything on Amy Schumer's looks. It's just the fact that she's genuinely not funny. Like, half of her...
Is she an awful person, too?
She's an awful person.
Let's add that on there.
Half of her jokes are straight up, like, stolen almost word for word. And frankly, she has no comedic timing. Like, you have to have, like, really good, like... And she just really can't act. Like, if you take comedy out of it, she can't act.
Yeah.
Like
how?
There's a difference between, like, a lot of, like, funny actors can only do funny and sad. They can't do any other emotion. Mm-hmm. So, like, I just don't think that Amy would be able to execute that.
Yeah. You just have to be so particular if you're Barbie. Like, that's the most particular acting of all time. And, like, after seeing Babylon and, like, the whole thing where she was, like, acting as, like, an actress.
Yeah.
I was just, like, stunned by her acting in that part of the movie specifically.
I need to start watching more movies.
I could talk about...
Once the semester's over, I'm going to be watching so much stuff.
I could talk about Margot Robbie just as, like, a professional and just a businesswoman as a whole, but that would actually be 500 hours long. But question for the culture.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, please don't say that. Please don't say that. Why would you ever say that?
I love adding it to scare people.
What is question for the culture? What does that even mean?
Oh no. We're not getting into it here.
Just be ignorant. Ignorant bliss. Sometimes it's really appreciated.
We're not telling you.
Okay, I'm gonna Google it probably.
Okay, but literally never bring it up around us, please.
Okay. Keep going, Olivia.
Oh my god.
You see that? Now she has more ammo against us.
Sorry.
You
it just comes
like 10
out.
times more ammo against me, so it's fine.
It just comes out. So, it's still Barbie, so it's still on topic. But I think the beauty of the trailer was that it really didn't give anything away. But what do you think it's about?
I literally have no idea.
Real world.
I'm like, what? Because there has to be like some sort of like problem within it that they have to like solve, because there has to be a climax of the movie and stuff like that.
I think based off the fact that we saw them in their Barbie clothes in the real world, like just walking down a regular street in the like in like the paparazzi pictures.
Yeah,
I think that is it. And then I also think she's gonna have like a little like Florence Pugh moment where she's like zooming away and they're trying to stop her in like her cute little convertible car. But she escapes.
Yeah, because when you look at the cast list, America Ferrera's in this movie, and she's a human. There are humans in it.
Yeah, like Will Ferrell plays like a businessman.
Yeah, so it has to involve her.
The guy from Sex Education is in it too. The sex education version of a himbo. Mm-hmm. He's so funny.
I'm gonna drop some lore that could be shocking. But when I like kind of grasp the plot, I cried because it's such an overdone plot. But I'm just really, 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 really begging that Greta Gerwig just knows what she's doing, because I cannot express to you how many movies I've watched with that plot.
Wait, what's the plot?
Like
of when they go to a world and then they come back, or they're like, oh, I actually
Teen Beach Movie.
Teen Beach Movie. Literally,
movie.
the last Spider-Man was literally borderline the same plot. Yes, it was. It's
that's
like
true.
It's literally just like a subgenre of that plot.
It was the perspective of like just strangers coming, not like the main character.
But he had
in one world.
But he had a life lesson, and it always ends with a life lesson. Wizard of Oz. So
either a life lesson for the characters or the audience. I feel like
regardless, it may not be the same exact like point blank, but it's the same formula. And
100%.
With math, you can tweak something. I don't know. Actually, I don't know anything about math. Maybe you can tweak some things around, and it's like kind of the equation. Like, but I don't know. I'm really hoping.
Honestly, like, I know I'm gonna like it, but it would have just been fun if they just like stayed in the Barbie world the whole movie.
Yes,
I know.
That's like it's kind of the same thing.
If like a crazy person like went to Barbie World, that would have been fun.
Yeah,
I just love the visuals of it.
Mm-hmm. I can't. Well, okay. Well, I didn't have any high hopes about Don't Worry, Darling. So I need a better example. Babylon. I was foaming at the mouth when I saw about Babylon, and it was so worth it. That was the best 3 hours that I've had in a very long time.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Phenomenal movie.
Oh my
All
Lord.
good movies are 3 hours long.
Literally phenomenal movie.
That's true. Titanic is
Yes. So
kind of.
that's why I'm scared. That's why I always get scared. It's like with anything. It's like with a concert with Taylor Swift. I don't want to worry about it because that's too much pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm
It
too
is good, though.
crazy about this Barbie movie because I just love Greta Gerwig. I love Barbie. I love everybody in this movie. If it's not good, I don't know what I'd do with myself. I plan to see it 5 times. I'm planning outfits as we speak.
I know. I literally have already I can't remember if I actually texted my boss or not, but I literally texted him. I was like, the day that I at least said it to him. I was like, the day that this movie comes out, I will not be at work. You will not. I will quit if you make me work that day. I have to go see it.
Shoot.
I mean, I wasn't being serious, but
I am. I'm seeing it in 2 states.
nah, I need the money, but I need the money to be able to go see that movie as many times as I want. But yeah, because the place that I'm at though, the theater is like kind of weird. It's literally like because it's like in Petoskey, so it's not like like people don't go there to watch movies, so it's like a 1 theater, so it might not be there until like a week after it comes out.
The Sun Theater.
That actually sounds like my worst nightmare.
I love the local theater here in Kalamazoo.
I love
it. It is
so
the best.
Is it the one that we went to
My
for
favorite? Yes, it's so good.
by Target?
We have to do that garage sale thing where we get the poster.
Wait, what the?
They said June, July. Sorry.
You're coming
movie.
back for a poster?
Yes, it's a Titanic.
Yeah, I'm coming back
never
for
mind.
it's the 25th anniversary.
Wait, if I give you guys cash, will you get me one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming back for the poster. I also plan to come back here to watch Barbie. So
Hey.
I have many
Are you gonna
things.
come with me?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay, my mom's coming too.
Let's go. Yeah, but yeah,
Come out again?
sometime in I think July 23rd.
Okay, we have 1 minute.
That's the exact day that I cannot be
Wrap
here.
up
Darn
any
it.
thoughts that we have.
I love
I
Ryan
wish
Gosling.
that it was staying in the Barbie world because people love to have like cute little lore worlds, and whenever you start out a movie and like a really cool like fascinating world that people want to know everything about, when you switch over to the regular world, the majority of the time is disappointing. And I know that you guys, I don't even think either of you will watch this movie, but Soul is like a Disney.
I've seen Soul.
Oh.
Come at me next time. Let's go. Let's fight.
oh my god.
Lord. Because like it was such a cool concept, and I was really hoping that the majority of the movie was gonna stay and like the cool like before birth. That sounds so weird, but like the personality is like before like they become humans world.
There's also a lot of racism that goes into that because not a single black-led movie from Disney has stayed in the same world where there's still a black person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like Princess and the Frog.
oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Anywho, life.
I'm crapping on the movie, so
No, yeah.
it was disappointing because like I went to the real world and I was just like, oh, like at least if you're gonna go to the real world, go to like a weird like dystopian version of Earth.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what it's like when we watch it in theaters, I guess we're gonna have to tell you our next season of this podcast.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so depressing.
Maybe we'll just turn the Instagram into a blog.
Oh, we literally are going to do that.
Oh my god, we should. All right, I'm thinking now. All right, we'll talk about it later. All right, bye.
Okay, you're listening to 89.1 WIDR FM online at WIDRFM.org. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Yep.
See you then.
Bye, kitty girls. You can't even hear me. When raindrops fell down from the sky, the day you left me.
I think that's copyrighted.
Oh.
No. We're done singing it. We didn't even sing like half the song.
I just got silenced. I apologize. So if you couldn't tell by that beautiful opening, we're talking about Ariana Grande.
Okay, so background information for everyone.
You tell them, girl.
So, over the past couple months, now that Ariana has been filming Wicked, people are taking pictures of her and editing them to make her look skinnier than she actually is and make her look unhealthy in a way.
So foul.
And that's making so many people speak up about her.
Some
and
of them
being
aren't fully edited though.
Yeah.
Like she has gotten skinnier, but also like, who are we to say anything about it?
But a lot of the ones that I've seen circling are like super edited.
Like the ones that are circulating.
And the ones, especially this past week, were edited.
Especially.
And it's just causing a really huge problem for Ariana.
What I think is even more upsetting is she made a video on TikTok is that one, she had to address it, but two, she had to talk about why her body was changing and how in the past when people perceived it to be healthy, it actually wasn't healthy at all.
Which is the case for most people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just because you think that body type does not look healthy, that does not mean that like you just have no right to say that could be their healthiest that they've ever been in their life. Like you just never know, especially with like body image, what somebody's going through. It's like, why make a comment? What are you gonna gain from making a comment?
Yeah.
That's so true.
And she just brought up this whole like point on her TikTok of saying like we should not be talking about people's bodies, period, no matter what they look like. If you see a drastic change, you don't need to bring it up because you don't know what's going on.
She was like saying like, did we not learn from Chadwick? Like,
literally, yeah.
that everyone was being like, people were like speculating if he was on drugs. People are like, dude, you got so skinny. What happened? And then 2 months later, they found out that he passed away from cancer. Like you literally never know.
Yeah, it's just.
And I think we talked about it a lot on this podcast. If you're new and you haven't heard about it, then today's your lucky day. There's a really big problem with fans and just the general public thinking that like in the idea of I made you famous, I deserve to know everything about you. And not only is that just not healthy for honestly both sides, but it's not fair. It's not fair. Like, yes, I understand that Taylor Swift would be nowhere if it wasn't for her fans, but she has no right to really speak on if her and Joe broke up.
Yeah.
Like just because you're famous does not mean that you don't have, how do I explain this? You get the privilege of a private life taken away from you.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I can't understand it.
Yeah, I don't either. I think privacy is a huge thing in just Hollywood right now and for celebrities.
Listen to Paris by Taylor Swift. It's all about being like I don't care. I want a private life. I want to go have fun.
Like Ariana did not owe us an explanation.
No, not
she
even
didn't.
close.
But it's sad that she had to say something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just think it's like it is like a really sad thing. Like I know that most girls have experienced some form of body shaming. Like I get what she's saying. All of us, I'm sure, have been in that position before where people are like, "You're too skinny. You're too fat. You're too whatever. This is wrong about you. Like you need to fix this. Like your waist is not skinny enough, or like your thighs are too thin. Your thighs are too big. Like everything." And it's just you never know. Like some people, like when I was like a lot skinnier, I was the most unhealthy I've ever been. Like ever. I was eating absolute garbage. I was barely exercising. I wasn't doing anything. And like now I'm like heavier now, but I'm like healthier.
Yeah.
And that's like she was saying for her, she's also openly talked about struggling with alcoholism and like and she was saying that she was like eating like crap, and it was just her way of like dealing with what happened. Like she went through, let's be honest, probably like her soulmate dying.
Yeah.
Like that might not be the major love of her life, but she like has openly said like that was like my person.
And
terrorist attacks.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That like the amount of guilt that you have to have, that like it none of it, I am saying right now, not a single ounce of that was her fault. However, I assume that she has some sort of PTSD / guilt for the fact that it was her concert that was targeted.
Oh, 100%.
And people died because of it. And she just has to deal with it. And there's also probably survivor's guilt. And then like the public eye, everyone just going after her, honestly, like shaming her for some of the kind of music that she makes. Like she's gone through a lot.
Yeah.
And so the fact that like people were just like commenting on her body, and she said like she's like, I'm healthier now than I've ever been.
Yeah.
So it's just, why is it fair that we get to say stuff? Because I'm sure that there's people saying it. How would you feel if someone was commenting on your body? How would you feel if millions of people were tweeting about your body? Just like think about that before you say that.
And that's like, she is famous not for how she looks. She's famous because of her music,
and she is,
and what she writes, and her acting.
Insanely talented voice.
I also wanted to say, I feel like when she takes selfies and posts selfies on Instagram, people think she looks sick.
Yeah.
But I think like a lot of it is just because she dyed her hair blonde.
No,
like honestly.
Oh,
it's just because like her skin tone and her hair
100% believe that. Like 100%.
Let's be honest, she stopped getting spray tans for the first time in how many years? Like since like her Nickelodeon era. So her looking paler than she's ever looked, and the fact that like now she has to have like blonder eyebrows, completely bleach blonde hair.
No, yeah.
Like that's gonna make someone look, not that if you have pale skin and blonde hair you're gonna look sickly, but going from tan skin, dark hair to blonde hair and pale skin, you are right. You're gonna look sick.
No, I genuinely feel like that's like 75% of the reason why people are like,
oh, I fully
talking
agree
about it.
Like literally, if she dyed her hair back brown, everybody would be like, oh,
yeah,
oops.
exactly,
Oops.
exactly. She looks the same that she did when she was doing The Voice.
Yeah,
and she has like, her hair like yours.
Literally, exactly the same.
She literally looks the same. She just has bleached hair and brows.
I know,
like,
and I think it's the fact that like she, frankly, since her, I guess, Positions era when she went away, she has had like a change in appearance. Not just her hair and her skin. Like she's had some. Probably she's had some things done, so her face shape is different. Her eyes look different. And so people are just saying like, oh my god, she looks so different, that has to mean she's sick. That's not what that means. It means that she stopped getting spray tans and she dyed her hair.
Yeah.
Like
that's what I think personally.
Like it's like comparing me before high school to me now. I was getting spray tans, I was dyeing my hair.
I was about to say your hair was a lot darker, right? Wasn't it?
No, I bleached it blonde.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you had like dark orange hair at one point.
Well, that's just what it looks like in the winter.
Oh.
That's what it looks like when I don't get any sun.
Oh.
Yeah, the sun is what it takes for my hair to look ginger.
I think also the fact that since she is known for her music and she hasn't released music and she's been working so much on Wicked, it's kind of, I would hate to think somebody's that malicious, but I really wouldn't put it past some Arianators. That's what we're called.
Arianators.
I never knew, and I was like a hardcore stan in 2019. I never knew.
It's Arianator, I think.
All right, them.
Yeah.
They could be projecting some of their like upsetness with the fact that she hasn't released the music since 2020 on to her, because she seems happier not doing music and doing this project because this was her dream role.
Yeah.
Her literal dream role.
Plus, a lot of people are upset about her having that role.
Yeah.
Or
Which,
people. Oh, sorry.
Frankly, I think is like, I grew up around theater people. I interact with them online all the time because I'm still like kind of on that side of the internet. They always expect literal like perfection for every aspect of a performance, unless a performer is just like so beautiful and like their voice is just so beautiful and perfect that it brings you to tears and they won't really care. However, like they're like, that doesn't look like the Glinda on stage in Wicked. It doesn't look like they're just expecting perfection. So I think a lot of people are upset about it, and I'm like, when has a movie adaptation ever been the same as the stage? It would look stupid if it was.
Yeah.
Like, has everyone here seen a Broadway level musical?
I've seen Wicked.
Okay. Now think of that on a close up screen. It would look stupid.
Yeah.
It would look, because it would be the reason that it's so theatrical is because you have to reach the back of the audience.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that with film.
Yeah.
So like Ari is honestly a good choice.
Yeah.
Compared to like, anyone. Plus, frankly, you have to have someone young. All of the fan cast, they were like picking people who were in their 40s, and some of them were like late 40s, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Because they're supposed
like
to be
they're going to be 5 inches away from your face.
Yeah.
Because on stage, frankly, you can be 35 playing a 15-year-old, but you can't really do that for film.
I mean,
some of them, but
sometimes you can.
Sometimes you can.
I think also when people found out that Amanda was in the running, that's what also got people upset.
I don't think she was. I love Amanda, but I don't think that she was young enough.
She's had Mamma Mia. Let's give someone else a chance.
Yeah. Also, like, you have to have like a powerful voice to have any role in Wicked.
Wait, okay. You're listening to 89.1 WIDR FM online at WIDRFM.org. Anybody else want to say anything about Ari? Okay, I think we're going to our next topic.
And I think we have different opinions on this topic.
Okay. So basically, we're getting into the Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn breakup.
If you've been checking out, it's time to get back in.
Yeah.
Time to put the seatbelt on. You're about to go for a ride.
Okay, so last week, so many various entertainment sources started
with Entertainment Tonight.
And
they claim to have a source.
Yeah, which...
Where is it?
I can help you out with that later on.
But then a bunch of like entertainment sources started talking or like posting about Taylor and Joe splitting.
Yes.
And fans were in shambles. They were like, is this real? Is this not real? A huge divide between people who believed it and who didn't believe it. Yes. And there still is now.
Yeah.
But
in the room.
Yeah, I don't... Okay. Were you going to say something about the source? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So in Hollywood, it is very common for when they say a source close to the couple, instead of... Because they don't want to say like, oh, it was the manager. It was the publicist. Because then people are constantly going to go to the manager and the publicist and be like, but you were a source for them. And usually the managers and publicists will not do this, except with certain, like, frankly, CNN and People are both, like, obviously CNN when it comes to actual news, like all major news sources, I'm not just saying CNN, it's all of them, are not exactly 100% reliable. However, they were saying that they had confirmed sources that were close to the couple. So in my opinion, I think it was either the manager, the publicist, or whatever, because every single time that Taylor has been in a quote-unquote breakup, it eventually gets confirmed by a source, quote-unquote, close to the couple. And what I think is, because this is what a lot of people do in Hollywood, where it will be like a person, a part of the team, who is like, yes, we're confirming this. Because they don't want the like person who's being talked about to be overly harassed. Yeah. They also don't want fake stuff getting out, because if no one confirmed it, then let's be honest, there probably would have been like claims of cheating, claims of like affairs and all this crazy stuff without some sort of like home base of like, yes, this is true. However, we're saying that it was amicable. They just grew apart. They were just a little too different. Their personalities were just like, I think what was said is the personalities were just too different, and it was getting harder and harder to ignore. And then also it was very difficult for Joe to deal with the fame. And frankly, I get that.
Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't be able to process that many people being like, oh my God, can Joe fight? Can Joe fight? Like,
so there was a lot of people bringing up evidence supporting the breakup, like Taylor crying on stage during Champagne Problems, and she changed the set list.
Yeah.
She, instead of Invisible String, she sang The One.
Yeah.
Which obviously Invisible String is about Joe.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Invisible String is a song that's like talking about like, okay, we've gone through all of this, but we were like, it was like fate for us to eventually, it was meant to be eventually brought together. And then The One is pretty much saying it would have been fun if you would have been the one. Yeah. Like it's pretty much saying like, I wish you were the one, but you just aren't.
Yeah.
About a relationship. But to be fair, folklore is like half of it is about not real things.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, everyone's looking at me. Hello.
Yeah. We've been like.
I refuse to believe it until she says it herself.
She's never said it though. She is not one. She never talks about relationships like that.
She did sing The Great War.
Yeah.
Didn't she? Or did I make
Yeah,
that up?
Yeah, and Aaron came out and like was guitar for her.
Yeah. And I forgot what she's saying. It was something on Lover, I think, and she was like, oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Cause I swear I saw something where she was like, this song like used to relate to me, now it doesn't. Now I relate it to like something else. But she might have been talking about the fans instead of like Joe.
Yeah, that's fair. She's saying You're on Your Own, Kid, Mean. I have a list in my phone, but I don't remember where it's at.
No, I swear she sang The Great War, and everyone was like,
she did sing The Great War.
Let's go.
It was 2 nights ago, and that it was the same night that she sang You're on Your Own, Kid, but that was also the day that she was saying, like, hey, it just a heads up, I will probably be repeating Midnight songs for surprise songs. But
it's such a touchy subject, not even just for like an outsider, but I think when you realize how impactful their relationship is. But the truth is, I would have left even sooner if I was Joe.
yeah, same.
The amount of stuff that he's had to put up with for years, and I mean years. I know, I'm not gonna lie, I laugh all the time when Taylor pulls up on the runway and everyone's like, can Joe fight? Yeah. But the reality is, how much can you take millions and millions and millions of people saying that you're not good enough? Because everyone will make a joke, but in reality, everyone obviously agrees that nobody's good enough for Taylor. People might like Joe, but they don't know.
I don't know if everyone thinks that, because I think that a lot of people like crap on her.
What?
I'm not saying that I don't agree with that. I'm saying that I think that like a lot of people like see her in a negative light as well.
Yeah,
that's dangerous because she's literally the music industry.
I think it's, let's be honest, it's mostly men saying that.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I think also
not the most perfect human being.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
She ain't like, no angel.
She's openly talked to, like, frankly, if I was Joe, I would have left the second that she cheated.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been out of there.
I think what's also interesting is how like diluted all the fans could be. Regardless, we did not like the album when it first came out, but still really don't. But the fact that when you like,
not us, we don't claim that.
When you look back and you're like, oh wow, these are all about like a failed relationship.
Yeah. Are you talking about Lover?
No, I'm talking about Midnight.
Oh, I thought you were about to start talking about Lover. Like, people originally didn't like it when it came out. I was like, I do not claim that.
Literally,
I do not claim that.
Midnight Rain predicted everything because that song's about, who's that? Was it supposed to be about like Tom Hiddleston or something?
People thought it was about
either Tom or Taylor.
Yeah,
because like Taylor really is Sunshine.
Yeah,
Taylor Lautner, not Taylor Swift is Midnight Rain.
Yeah, but now people are like, oh my gosh, like that's really accurate Joe. Now. It's literally Joe.
Yeah, like maybe I heard like a theory that they were on a break and that Joe like officially was like, I'm done. I can't.
Oh, shoot.
And I really like, I love Taylor, but frankly, she seems very difficult to like. Not even just.
Oh, she's such a narcissist.
Like, like.
I mean, power to her.
It's got to be difficult knowing that someone's writing like albums about you. Not all the songs are positive. People are gonna speculate about breakup songs she wrote 10 years ago. Speculate if that's about you. She literally has written so many times about her cheating. She like was in not even like a love triangle, a love square when she met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I guess, like a 3D triangle.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because it's like the points and then the top.
Oh,
Taylor's
yeah.
the top. Yeah.
So
the top of the triangle.
Oh my god.
Basically, I've been seeing a lot of fans online being extremely upset about it. I saw one person put their Lover vinyl in the toilet.
Why would you do that?
That's
Some
a
people
waste
were
of money.
crying outside, like on Cornelia Street, and putting flowers on Cornelia
Yeah.
I saw people like doing it as a joke, but I didn't know people were
Street. No,
crying.
people were actually like crying about it and like literally like praying. Like on their knees, like praying. And I was like, oh my gosh, like these people are delusional.
man.
Like literally Taylor does not know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, we literally don't know what was going on in their relationship. It could have been
Exactly.
absolute dog crap the last like
Literally.
2 years
Literally.
of just like, Joe, shut up, like just constantly
Yeah.
annoying and bickering like an old couple. You just never know because
See, but the problem is though is that around the same time there was leaked footage of them at Joe's
are you about to say the guitar thing?
the funeral.
Oh,
You've never seen that?
I haven't seen this.
A year ago they were at like just a funeral for I don't know what, someone in Joe's family died, and they were like lovey-dovey the entire time.
yeah. I honestly though, a lot can change in a year. I've seen.
Well, I know, but it was the fact that that was like a hard blow to literally like bam, they're broken up. Look at this video when they're clearly happy and madly in love.
Yeah. Because there was also that video of her like playing guitar where she looks up and she just goes, "I love you."
I know.
And I was like, dang, that makes me feel.
Did not need to be reminded of that video.
and like Sweet Nothing. Like we can't listen to Sweet
Oh
Nothing.
my god! I
Literally,
literally
that's the-
nothing stands since day one. Everyone.
That's the last song they wrote together. It's the last song they ever wrote together.
So on a funny note, there's this really funny theory between Taylor and Selena. They made it up themselves that they can never be dating at the same time.
Yeah.
So because there are rumors about Selena and Zayn dating, you didn't know that?
No, I never put two and two together about
No.
Selena dating Zayn.
No, it's like actually like almost confirmed. But anyways, so now that they're seeing each other, Taylor and Joe are like broken up maybe.
Here's the thing though, I feel like eventually that like trend has to be broken. Because
It's been going on for years.
I
Who
know.
cares?
but, like,
It's just funny.
No, it's literally like Selena and Taylor made it themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like fan
when was the
theory.
last time that they talked about it though? Like publicly? Because there's been times where like Taylor, they've both been rumored to be dating someone at the same time, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, it was almost confirmed for both of them.
What?
I don't have
It
to
was
see
just
it.
a goofy joke, and you're like, no, the facts. I was there.
Bro,
I was there.
Selena said it herself. Like, don't come at me for that.
No,
I didn't
not.
know. Okay, it was just something funny Selena said in an interview. Okay. Oh my gosh, why is she attacking me right now?
The cuff in my ear slid. Oh my god, that was really. I felt it. No, but I think the moral is that you don't realize you really are not invested, but really care about something until it's gone.
I mean, at the end of the day, I actually don't care at all.
See, I don't care either, but I think it's just right now, it's just a sore subject.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like thinking about all the like lyrics and songs, like that's really like Lover's one of my favorite albums. Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna make me not listen to it, but it might make me be like, oh shoot, wow, like think more deeply about everything now. But it's not gonna be like my life is ruined, I can't listen to this album again. I don't care. Like that's not my business. I'm gonna listen to this album because I like it.
Thank God Rap is my favorite album because I'm chill.
No, there's so many songs about Joe.
Right when I said that, I retracted my statement. So I was like, King of My Heart, Gorgeous. I was like, oh no.
Mostly full of love songs for Joe.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna retract my statement and think about my life choices because that's upsetting. But hey, I'll still jam out to Gorgeous. Sorry. I'll just pretend it's somebody else.
We have 2 minutes. You're gonna be safe with Speak Now because that was quite a while ago. So you're not gonna be like, oh, Joe, crying about it.
No.
That's good. Okay. Any other
I'm
thoughts?
low-key done.
I honestly think that the reason that people are so upset about it is because a lot of people related to the absolute heartbreak of the first like however many albums and just like getting getting absolutely like just heartbroken over so many different people, like romantically, just over and over again, and feeling like you finally find love and then it just shatters. Finally find love and then it's just like it's cheating, it's publicly like bashing you on a radio show, like with Calvin Harris.
Oh, I thought you were referring to us. I was like, what are we doing right now?
No,
I literally thought you were talking about us.
no, like when Calvin Harris like literally said he was like it was I think it was April 29th because it was the midnight song that's like about him. I was like, do you really want to know where I was April 29th? He was like, they asked like, would you ever collaborate with Taylor on a song? He was just like, no, I would never. And even though they already had, and she was just using a pseudonym. But like even that, like just experiencing that, and then finally seeing like the evolution with like Lover, like in her next however many albums, and just like realizing like I related so much to that. I was Taylor, and she finally was able to like she and Joe started dating up when she was like 27, I think. And so it just shows that like maybe you aren't meant to have a great love in the beginning of your 20s, in your teen years, but it's okay because they thought, okay, Taylor went through all of this, I went through all of this, she was able to find someone that she can spend these years with and is still madly in love with, and like maybe that means that I can have that. So it really just, it felt like a loss of hope for a lot of people.
A loss of relatability. Oh, you're listening to 89.1 WIDR FM, online at WIDRFM.org. Okay, is that it?
I think
Ladies?
so.
I'm done.
Okay.
Make sure you tune in next week. It may or may not be our last episode. We haven't figured that out yet.
Probably. What's today, the 16th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably will be our last one.
Okay.
So,
Drama.
you don't want to miss it. You need to come back for the last one. Come on.
Yeah, we'll be
everyone.
so upset if you don't.
Yeah, we will. We'll know if you listen or not.
Yeah. Yeah, we have
I'm gonna quiz
names,
everyone.
Social security number.
I'm gonna quiz.
Make sure you follow us on our socials at the Pop Effect Pod with an E, both on Instagram and TikTok, just to like keep up with updates, especially Instagram, especially Instagram, if you want to stay in the loop about next year.
Yes.
Because, you know, there's chances that like show times might change just because of, you know,
Life.
next
Other
year,
people's
other
schedules.
people, like maybe whatever. There's just like things might change, just to make sure that you can stay in the loop and be updated, especially around August time when we are getting ready to start back up.
And we're going to keep the Instagram active throughout the summer. So, like,
Yeah.
we're going to be posting about what we would be talking about if we were here.
Yeah.
So, if you want some fun content,
Yeah.
make sure to follow us there.
The TikTok won't really be active because we won't all be
can't
together.
all be together?
I might post we might post random things here and there about just
we
us.
probably have some drafts that are just hanging in there.
The drafts.
No, never mind. I didn't say that.
No, we don't have that many drafts that are usable.
Never mind. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week for our last show. Bye.
Bye.
Glory to